Hello everyone! Dear students, our summer vacations are the best time to relax and enjoy with everyone. Every year, not only you, even your parents and grandparents wait for this summer vacation to start so that they can spend a little extra quality time with you. Especially the grandparents who try to live and remember their own childhood with you always long for summer vacations to come. I'm pretty sure that you all have made many memorable moments with your grandparents every summer vacation. They must have taught you many things from their life lessons. This year is going to be a little more interesting. This year, yes, dear students, you can teach them something new. Being of elder generation, they must not have interest in the games, but they will pretty much show the interest to see you learning to make games, as we have already learned how to make Rocket Blaster game in our previous video. I'm sure you must have enjoyed making and playing that game. Have you told someone that you know how to make a game and how much interesting it is? If not, make your grandparents a part of it and make them a part of your summer camp learning. So here we are going to learn one more game. So let's begin with our journey. Dear students, you must be wondering what we are going to use to make our game. So let us see. We will need a laptop or a computer or a tablet. And now you must be wondering which software we are going to use. So here we go. Yes, we are going to use Scratch. And now you can see which game we are going to make. I have not declared at the beginning of the video because I want all of you to guess the name of the game. So now I hope you all know what is the name of the game. And it is Pong game. Yes, today we are going to make Pong game with 2 players. So dear students, let us learn some facts about Scratch before we begin with the coding of our today's game. Here you can see Scratch is a programming language specially developed for the children to create animations, stories, games and other interesting applications. Sprites are characters in Scratch. They perform actions on the stage according to the commands that you give. and the default sprite is a cat. So here you can see how a scratch window looks like. On the top you can see the menu bar. Here you have menus of file, edit, tips, about. Then you have the full screen button to show what you have made on a big screen. This white area is known as the stage, and this is our default sprite, that is cat. Here we have the green flag button. By using this button we can start our game, or you can also start the animation. Like for starting a game we need a green flag. For stopping the game we need a stop button. So this red button is used to stop the animation or stop the game. Then we have cursor tools. The first one in this category is the duplicate tool, which is used to make the duplicate of your sprite. Then we have the delete tool that looks like a scissor. You can use it if you want to delete a sprite from stage. Then we have grow button. As the name suggests, this is used to make the size of the sprite bigger. And just beside that we have shrink button. You got it right, dear students. This button you can use to reduce the size of the sprite. Then we have block help. You just need to click on this question mark, that is block help, to get the help about any block. Here you can see 3 tabs are available: scripts, costumes and sounds. Here are the block menus, which include motion, looks, sound, pen, data, events, control, sensing, operators, more blocks. And this is known as the blocks palette. So whichever the block menu you are going to select, this palette will show the respective blocks with that menu. Here is an example of the motion block menu. Then we have the script area. These at the bottom are called the new sprite buttons. First, here you can click on this to select a sprite from sprite library. Second is the paintbrush. You can use it to draw your own sprite. Then we have file upload. Means if you want to pick up an image from your computer, you can click on this, locate to the path from where you want to pick up the file, and then that image can be used as a sprite. And at last we have this camera icon. You can use it to click the photo and use that photo as a sprite. This is the sprite list. So if you are having one or more sprites on the stage, all will be visible in the sprite list. At the left bottom corner, you can see the backdrop icons. So dear students, I hope now you all are familiar with the scratch window. So now what are we waiting for? Let's get started with the creation of our today's game. So dear students, here we have our Scratch interface. Now, as we already discussed that we are going to make 2 players Pong game. So let's begin with it. So first of all, we need to delete this cat sprite. So how we are going to do it? By just right clicking and click on the delete, or you can also click on this delete tool on the top and then put this scissor on the sprite and click. This is how you can delete a sprite. Now we need to add a sprite. So before adding, let's change our backdrop. So we are going to click on the first icon, that is choose backdrop from library. Here you can select any backdrop that you want. So I'm going to select this blue sky 2, or let's select this blue sky 3 and click on the OK button. So I have selected the backdrop. Now I want to make a little changes here. I need to divide this backdrop into 2 parts. So how we are going to do it? Just click on the backdrops tab here and then click on this line tool and select the color. So I am going to select dark blue color to divide. Then hold the shift key to draw a straight line like this. Now you can similarly draw a horizontal line on the top. Like this. Let us draw rectangles at the border of this backdrop. So I am going to select again this blue color and let's draw the border on both the ends here and fill it with the same color. Let's do the same on the left hand side also. I'm just doing it to make our game look more presentable. So here we are ready with our backdrop. Now our next step is to include the paddles. So click on this choose sprite from library icon and let us select this button 2 and click on the OK button. So you can see I have added 1 sprite and click on the costumes to change the border of this button. Click on this bucket tab and select a color, like I'm going to select red for the border. Now my 1 paddle is ready. You can shrink the size if you want, like this. And now let us make a duplicate of this. How? By just right clicking on it and click on the duplicate, or you can use this duplicate tool on the top. So I'm right now going to click on this duplicate. So here you can see I have another paddle. Let us change the costume of this to this orange, and now we are going to change the outline of this paddle. So click on this bucket and select the color, like I am going to select dark purple and click on the edges. So here our paddles are ready. So dear students, after making our paddles, let us move on to our next step, that is writing the code for the same. And let's begin. First, we are going to make the code for our button 2 sprite. Click on this events block, drag this when green flag clicked block over here, and then go to the motion block menu and drag this go to block over here and drag this point in direction and change it to 0 up. Now just click on this and see, it is pointing towards upside. Now we need to start when we are going to begin with our game, the position we want in the center. So let us put it over here, and you can see the XY coordinate of this sprite is now 210 in negative X and Y is 13. So let us change this to 13. Let me make it bigger so that you can see it clearly. Click on this control block menu, drag this forever block and drag this if block 2 times like this. Come over here on the sensing block menu and drag this key pressed block here. Now, as we are going to make a game for 2 players, so the person who will play on the left hand side will use the keys on the keyboard which are easily accessible on left side. So let us use W and come back over here on the motion block menu, and we need to change the Y by 5. Just double click on it and write down 5. Again, come back over here on the sensing block menu, drag this over here and use S key from here. Dear students, this is just an idea that you can use W and S keys to control the up and down movement of this sprite. But if you want to change it, you can select any other key from this drop down. Right now, I am using W key to make it move on the upper side and S key to make it move downwards. So we need to put this change by value again. So let's go to the motion block menu, change Y by -5. So here we have made the code for our this sprite. Now you can simply click on this green flag and use the W and S key to make it move like this. Isn't it looking cool? My dear children, let us do the same steps for our another paddle, that is paddle on the right hand side. For doing that, you first need to select your next paddle from here in the sprite list. Then start with the same code, that is click on the events, drag this green flagged clicked block, go to motion block menu, drag this go to XY block, then bring this point in direction. So we need to set again to the up. So you can click on this green flag, and now we also need to adjust the starting position for this paddle as well. So you can keep it like this and check the XY coordinates. So here the X is 213 and Y is 9. So I am going to write down over here 213 and 9. So the starting position for this sprite is done. Click on the control block menu, drag this forever block and drag this if block twice like this. Now click on Sensing block menu and drag this key pressed block here. So I hope you all remember, for handling this paddle we are using W key to move it upside and S key to move it downwards. Now for this paddle we can use the up arrow key. Click the up arrow key. So other player can handle his paddle by using the up arrow key or down arrow key. So come here on the motion block menu and drag this change Y by 5. Let's do the same for down arrow key also. Drag this over here, change it to down arrow key and go to motion block menu, drag this change Y by and change the value to -5. So now you can try this with the help of up and down arrow key. So you can see I am moving my right hand side pedal with up and down arrow key and the pedal on the left with WS keys. So we are ready with our two paddles. So dear students, our next step is to add our ball. So let's begin. So for introducing the ball, we will click on this icon and select the ball. So I'm going to select this ball, or you can select any other ball you want and click on the OK button. So we have added our ball. Now it's our turn to add the code for the ball. So let's begin. So first we need to click on the events block menu, drag this when green flag clicked block and click on the motion block menu, drag this, go to block over here and we need to change it to 0 so that when this green flag is clicked, the ball will come at the center of the screen. Yes, x equals to 0 and y is equals to 0 means center of the screen. Let us bring this pointing direction over here and set it to 45. Now here when you will click on this arrow, you won't be able to see the option of 45. So you just can type in 45. Now we need to click on this data and then click on the make a variable. Here we are going to write down player 1 score. Click on the OK. Again click on the make a variable and write down player 2 score and click on OK. Now you need to set these scores to 0. So click on this small arrow, select player 1 score and set it to 0. Similarly, we need to do this for player 2 score. As soon as we have created these two variables, you can see over here the player 1 score and player 2 score. So you can adjust them according to your choice. Now let us continue with this and click on the control block menu, drag this forever block and bring this move 10 steps. Now you can click on this green flag and let's see how it is going to behave. Now you can see the ball has gone out of the boundary. So what we are going to do over here now, we need to bring this block and put it over here. That is, if on edge, bounce. So you can see, as soon as it is touching the edges of the screen or stage, it is bouncing back. Now click on this control block menu, drag this if block. Here on the sensing block menu, drag this touching block and put it over here. So here we need to mention button 2, then we need to turn it at 180 degrees. So bring over here, turn block and change this value to 180 degrees. Similarly, we need to repeat this code for our button 3, that is for another paddle. So let's continue. If, click on sensing, drag this over here, click on motion, drag this turn block and change the value to 180. So we have created this code for a ball. Now we need to add 2 more blocks, means for changing the score as soon as it hits the paddle. So what we are going to do? Here, when green flag clicked, drag this forever block and drag this if block, and then sensing, touching color. So you need to click on this small color box and select the edge color of this paddle, that is the red. So you can see over here red color in the square. So as soon as it is going to touch the red color boundary, we need to change the score. So what we are going to do? Drag this over here, change player 1 score by 1. Now we need to introduce wait block also here, wait until, and click on operators, not touching color red. So you can simply right click on it, click on the duplicate and then place it over here like this. Here we have created the code for changing the score for player 1. Now we need to repeat the same code for player 2. So let us do it. Click on the events, drag this over here, when block, control forever, then if block inside the forever, sensing, touching color. Now you need to make sure you are going to select the edge color of player 2 paddle. So click on it and then click on the edge. So it will automatically pick up the color of the edge. Here, click on the data now. We need to change the player 2 score by 1. Come over here and put this block, wait until, not, and again I'm going to duplicate it and put it over here. So this is how we have made the code for the ball. Now dear students, it's our turn to test this game. So let's do it and click on this full screen. Click on this green flag, and now one player will be using W and S key to move his or her paddle up and down, and the other player will be using up and down arrow key to move the paddle. So this is how we are going to play. Isn't it looking nice? As soon as you are going to hit the ball, you will be able to see the scores over here. So let's do one thing and save our game. Come back over here and let us little bit reduce the size of the ball by using this shrink button. Click on it and click on the ball. Adjust the size according to your choice, and here we go. Click on the file and then click on the save. Now I'm going to save this on the desktop and give the name as Pong Game and click on the save button. Dear students, let us make a little change over here. That is, we are going to make the entire paddle of the same color. So select your paddle, that is your button 2, click on the costumes tab, select your bucket, select the color and fill it. Now you can see the entire paddle is of red color. Let's follow the same steps for our paddle 2. 3. Select it, select the bucket, select the color, fill it. Now come back over here, select your ball, and we need to change the touching color over here now. Select it, click on this, click on this and then click on this color. So it is going to pick up the red color. Let's follow the same for our another sprite, that is the purple one. So here we go. Now click on the file, click on the save. So we are ready with our game. So let's play. Again, I'm telling you the left hand side paddle will be controlled with the help of W and S key. W for moving upside, S for going downwards, and for the player 2, that is the purple, the up and down arrow key will work. So let's begin and click on this green flag. Here we go. So player 2 scored a 1 mark and player 1 also scored 1 mark. Here we go for another score for player 2. So here we go. Yes. Come on. So I hope you will enjoy this game with your family members and your siblings and friends also. So here we go. Let me. Come on, come on. Yes. Here. Isn't it looking nice? Yes. So you can control these and enjoy the game. Alright, my dear students, I hope you have enjoyed today's Pong game with 2 players. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep learning and enjoy your vacations.